Good afternoon to all of you. I believe after a sumptuous lunch, little bit dozing, and little bit of intriguing to each other that what is going to happen in the session, because it's such a big topic to discuss, unleashing the potential of a university with the technology, with the ICT. So let us see what is happening in our university system today. Then essentially the question of ICT will come because they are the enablers. We see that many of the universities, particularly the state universities of India, don't have teachers. Approximately 40 to 50% of the teaching posts are vacant. Due to some reasons or other, the courses are not getting, or the syllabus are not getting covered. Examinations are taking place. And many places, mainly those without meaning anything to them, mainly those private universities, BTechs are teaching BTechs, MTechs are teaching MTechs. And such is the scenario what we see in India, because we expanded a lot. We increased the access from 9% to 17% or 18%, that's how they are claiming. So with this percentage of gross enrollment ratio enhancement, and as our figures are too large, then 1% enhancement means huge number of students today. So the question came that could we allow this type of quality deterioration where the university are meant for transforming the young mind to a different form, to a different way and different characteristics? Can we afford to do it as a nation? So the solution that came, and solutions which are available, nothing new about it. Because if you look at the educational evolution, starting with the Gurukul system of teaching, one pedagogy, to a British systems of teaching with another pedagogy, now the third evolution is coming. Because whenever there is a disruptiveness in the technology, the pedagogy has changed, the way of disseminating the knowledge has changed, and in terms of creating the knowledge, which is supposed to be one of the major responsibility of university systems, that also got changed. And this disruptive technology, what we see today, is information and communication technology. One. And the disruptiveness what we see today is in terms of the mindset of the people for collaboration and sharing. These two, disruptiveness, because education system, what we have seen, that we are very, very comfortable working in an island. I only know few of my peers. We restrict ourselves to that peers. The rest of the world, we don't care. I think that mindset has also changed today. Now this is the time when we really, for the third, I would say the third revolution in terms of the educational system or educational technology is very much in existence, and people are going towards those directions. Many of you must be hearing in this session itself, Mr. Sinha must have told about it, the National Mission of Education through ICT. Last 3 or 4 years, they have been running it, bringing the concept of the classroom teaching through technology-enabled mechanisms by the method of 3 important interventions. One important intervention is in terms of creating the content, creating the connectivity, and providing the access device so that those content can be kept in such a way in a cloud computing environment in a distributed manner so that anybody from any place in the university will be able to access it through these mechanisms of connectivity, where most of the universities have been provided with 1 GB connectivity by the Knowledge Commission or the Government of India NMICT. We were asked to, some of us were asked to review this program under the chairmanship of Professor Govardhan Mehta. And while we are evaluating it, we find there are different positive integrations that we are getting it. Different types of benefits that are getting accrued to. One of the benefit is in terms of the teaching learning processes benefit. The teaching learning processes benefit is that students, they have the opportunity to learn 24/7 by 365 ways, so that the place and the time is not a constraint for a student. Second is, it is giving the additional inputs in addition to the classroom teaching to those students in terms of clarifying their ideas. Because all the content that have been created over there, it follows the 4-quadrant approach. Meaning thereby, you have the session-wise details, say a particular course, you have got 30 sessions or 40 sessions, depending on the number of credits, and session-wise details are there. You go from one session to another session, you can navigate, and then it has a text, it has a PowerPoint presentation, it has an audio presentation, it has a video presentations. And then it has the frequently asked questions, it has got the connectivity in terms of getting anything clarified by a student. So what actually happens in the classroom, they try to simulate it within no iota of idea that is going to replace the classroom. But the manifestation, the way it is coming, and it's tremendous. Even in terms of the research, what we are finding today, say when few of us were doing our PhD, we used to write a letter to our counterpart, 15 days mail, 15 days coming. Those things have already been now the talk of the past. Journal publication used to take such a long time. The concept of the online journal and the efforts made by the Government of India again has given us enormous potentials to enrich ourselves with the latest version of the journal, which is available online. So what is important today is in terms of looking at ourselves. The old pedagogy and old mindset in terms of the teaching learning process and understanding the mindset of the present generation students, making ourselves to be as a mentor or a facilitator. It is not the students who will be coming to the classroom as an information seeker. They will be coming to the classroom with a different mindset. So the teacher not only not supposed to know which material is available where, they should also supposed to see that whether the student is following those material and he has to design different mechanism in terms of the testing them. So this is the mentorship or the facilitatorship that a teacher is going to be. So if we can make that to happen, then our past glory as Indian educators, we used to boast ourselves. And we have shown to the world that our education system is the best education system that we have got. We have the best brain that we have got. But somewhere in the milieu, say from 70 or 75, it just, it got lost somewhere. Now this is the time when we have to get back and we have to prove to the world, like our IT supremacy, that yes, through ICT, we'll be able to make our education system much more robust, our education system much more challenging, and our education system is going to be much more enjoyable experiences, both for the teacher and the students. So 5 minutes time, I believe that I have not crossed that.